Welcome to part 2 of 7th and 8th seeded Cup finalists in the Cap era. The second wildcard 2017 Predators shocked the hockey world when they swept the first seeded Blackhawks. The Preds shut them out twice in Chicago and only allowed 3 goals in the entire series. This sweep marked the beginning of the Chicago Blackhawks' downfall. The Predators would go through rounds 2 and 3 winning 6 games each, with goaltender Pekka Rinne being their MVP, putting up a .941 save percentage heading into the finals. However, in the finals, Pekka Rinne and the Predators would struggle tremendously in Pittsburgh, and they also got shut out in their last 2 games. It is worth noting that their number 1 center Ryan Johansson was out of the finals with injury, which definitely dried up a bit of the offense. In addition to Pekka Rinne, the Predators had arguably the best top 4 D-core in the league, with Roman Josi, PK Subban, Matthias Ekholm, and Ryan Ellis. 2021 had a slightly different playoff format due to the circumstances, but regardless, the Canadiens had the fewest points out of all playoff teams. Down 3-1 against the Leafs in the first round, the Canadiens won 2 games in overtime and ended up coming all the way back from their 3-1 deficit. They then swept the Jets in the second round to go on a 7-game winning streak. In the third round, they would face the Golden Knights, who were tied for first in points in the NHL that season. But against all odds, the Canadiens defeated them in 6, even despite the fact that they had to play through some questionable reffing. Unfortunately, the Canadiens were no match for the back-to-back Cup champs in the finals as they lost to the Lightning in 5. Sadly, this would be Shea Weber's final game, and was pretty much the end of Carey Price's career too. Before the Panthers won back-to-back Stanley Cups, and the year after they finished first in the league in 21-22, the Panthers actually struggled in 22-23 and snuck in as the second wildcard team. In the first round, they faced the President's Trophy-winning Bruins, who had 65 wins and 135 points, an NHL record for both wins and points. Despite a 43-point difference in the standings, the Panthers actually overcame a 3-1 series deficit and defeated the Bruins. This included overtime wins in games 5 and 7, and they also tied the game late in game 7 with the extra attacker. The Panthers wouldn't slow down, as they beat the Leafs in 5 in the second round, and then swept the Hurricanes in the conference finals in what was probably the closest sweep in NHL history. As you can see by the above graph, the Panthers had won 11 out of 12 games, and Sergei Bobrovsky went into the finals with a .935 save percentage. Unfortunately, they got absolutely destroyed in the finals, where in the 3 games in Vegas, they lost by a combined score of 21-7. The 1 game they won, they had to tie the game late with the extra attacker before winning in overtime. To their credit though, the Panthers would finish the playoffs going 7-0 in overtime, and both Carter Verhaeghe and Matthew Tkachuk would put themselves on the map as some of the clutchest players in the NHL. Here is every Cinderella Cup run in the Cap era. Let me know which Cup run was your favorite in the comments.